What up? What up?
What's the word? What's the word?
Good, my nigga. How you?
I'm cooling, man. Cooling.
How's the family? How's everything?
Everybody's good, man. Thank God, man. Everybody's good.
You be going to
Hopefully,
on your bike, son?
yo, it's not even that bad, man. It's not even that bad. I mean, I don't be going crazy to get speed racing, but it's a good little workout.
What's good though? How you been?
Trying to stay active, man. This shit is tough. No basketball.
Nothing.
No. I can't play basketball. I can't watch basketball. Like this shit is crazy, man. So it's just trying to stay active as much as possible, man. But it's tough.
Nigga, the quarantine.
Shit is crazy. And what's crazy is that some people, you see how many people be dying and people still be on some
Man,
regular, like nothing.
like it's a rumor.
Yeah, like that. That's what's crazy. I'm not saying stay home all day. Go outside, do what you got to do, but protect yourself, man. Like that shit
You got,
is just, it's crazy.
you gotta respect that shit. How's it?
Uh,
Still got the dog?
Now my dog passed away in January.
Get the fuck out of here. Mine too. Like,
Yeah, yeah, she was just old, man. So that joint was tough.
oh yeah, it is. Trust
You
me. I
don't you don't know how attached you are to a dog until you know what I'm saying. Like it
I
just shit is crazy.
14 years.
Yeah, I had mine for like 10, 11 years.
Yeah, that shit is real, bro.
And I was in DR when it happened. So my mother, my sister, they did the FaceTime like
Oh, that's even worse.
before. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
My
But
dude,
man,
though, we're gonna talk about it.
I'm
What
surprised you even
age?
wanted to do this. I'm like, wait, you want to do a live with me? Like,
Of course.
in
I
my head, I'm like, for what?
I respect it, brother. And whoever don't respect it need to. Always. You put in
I
that
respect
work,
that.
man. You put
I
in that
respect
work.
that. I respect that, man. For
Yeah, you
real.
did do, man. Why not? At what age you first picked up a rock?
Honestly, man, I can't even remember. I know I was small because my dad always had me walking through the streets with a basketball, and I remember always dribbling the ball and always wanted to, play with the older dudes. That was the motivation to me was getting kicked out the park or not being able to play on the big full court. That was the
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah.
So, and that's the best thing to me. That's what had me. That's what gave me that New York edge to me. Is
Okay.
is that motivation to like, damn, I know these niggas, but these niggas, they're not telling me I can't play. They
Yeah.
kicking the ball out of the park. Like
Get out of
it was,
here.
yeah, with them my uncles, man, them dudes they was tough, man. But I needed it though.
Yeah, that builds character.
Yeah, man. I didn't have my dad around either, so that was, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got your dad around, your dad'll be the one to tell you, go to the park, shoot 1,000 shots. What are you doing? Leave the PlayStation, da da da.
Yeah.
So that was my motivation to always want to go to the park.
Got you. So at what age would you say you started playing competitive basketball? Like organized?
Um, before junior high school, I did the little AAU programs in the hood. You know what I'm saying, like that. So at Booker T is when I started on
Okay.
107th Amsterdam. I did the
Yeah.
little AAU stuff with the guys from the hood. But I think once I got to Riverside,
Okay.
Riverside is when it was real. It was on another level because we started traveling. Like when I played with Riverside, my cousin Dave,
Yep.
he went to try out, and I
Okay.
just went with him and his dad. I was in jean shorts. I'm just watching him,
Yeah.
and his dad was like, "Yo, you want to try out?" And I'm like, "Cool." And then once I made Riverside, it was like you traveling, that you really get to see the competition
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So that's what made me really like see how far basketball could really take me.
What were those Riverside teams like that you were a part of?
Now it was dope, man. It was really dope because you just you didn't really know the the guys that were really around. Like I played with Kiki, I played with Jay Wingate, Al Shep. Like I played with all these dudes, but like yeah, people see them now and be like, "Yo, they big names." But when we were younger, it was just like those are my brothers. Like we go everywhere, we practice all day and stuff like that. So it's cool to see how many nice dudes was on one team, and that just lets me know that coaches are probably one of the most important things, because without a coach, like it wouldn't have worked. So we was like, I was traveling everywhere with them dudes, and it was just like second nature. Nobody cared about scoring. Everything was about we pressing full court and we smacking dudes by 50. I didn't even know how many points I had. It didn't even matter as long as we won. So,
and that's what Riverside.
I was at Riverside Church, little ass church on 120th and Claremont Ave, dude. Little ass basketball court, yo. It was crazy.
No.
It was nuts, man. Little old white dude had mad bread.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, Ernie Lorch, man. And he used to take care of us, man.
That's what's up. So, like, at what stage did you know going into high school from what you experienced in AAU that you knew what to expect? Like, okay, now I got to strap up and it's about to get real now.
The crazy thing about it was I wasn't even supposed to go to All Hallows.
Okay, talk about it.
When I was in IS-44, Bobby Santiago went to West End, some school, West End or whatever.
Him and Wingate.
Yeah, him and Wingate. And he came to me and was like, "Yo, Rick, you wanna go to All Hallows?" Now me, I didn't as far as only thing I knew how to do was I just wanted to play ball. As far as connections and coaches, I didn't know nothing. So he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put you on with Ed Gonzalez. He's the assistant coach at All Hallows." And I'm like, "All right, like they want me to play." Like I was one of those like he wants me to go there. I'll go wherever they want me to go. That was my mindset, because I didn't know about recruiting, I didn't know about coaches, and I didn't know about nothing. So when I went to take the test, it was me, Kiki, Wingate, like it was all the dudes that went to Rice, all the dudes that went to All Hallows. We was in one classroom, in All Hallows taking a test, like one of those placement tests that you need to get into the school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dead set on going to Rice. I was going to Rice 100%. And then some of the Rice dudes were going to All Hallows.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know how everything crossed up, but I know my sister, my AAU coach, was I think an assistant or a head coach at Rice. So that's why I was like, I'm going to Rice. Like it is what it is. Okay. My sister had one last conversation with the coach, and I'm like, I'm going to Rice. By the end of that conversation, she's like, "Dude, you're going to All Hallows." I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like my sister was the one in charge of all my going to school, because she spoke English and she knew what questions to ask and stuff like that. She was like, he's not talking academics. He's only talking basketball. And I'm like, and like, what you mean? Like that's what we need. And so then my sister made a decision to go to All Hallows. And then I'm not saying that's the decision that made everybody change, but there was something that happened that made everybody switch up, and everybody went where they went.
Okay. So you're a freshman at All Hallows, right?
Yeah.
What's that like? You played freshman basketball, JV, straight vars?
I played freshman and JV. Freshman year, first of all, going to All Hallows was new, because it was all boys school. So it was just like the first couple weeks, it was just like, there really ain't no girls up in here. Like, yeah. So, and then you hearing that Rice be having girls waiting outside. Yeah, so I'm just like, nigga, this shit. It was tough though. It was tough in the beginning. It was tough, but I was one of those kids that I just wanted to play ball. So what I got to do to play ball? Like, what do I need to average?
Yeah.
What's my grades got to be like? I wasn't gonna give you an A.
Yeah.
But if I needed a C plus,
yeah,
you could have that.
It's there.
Yeah, so freshman year was dope, because I played with Bobby.
Okay.
And I played with Kirill.
Okay.
Marv went straight varsity.
All right.
But we had a crew in freshmen, so it was love. Like we ran through it. We didn't win the championship, but we went pretty far. I think we went to the finals, to the championship or something like that. But it was dope, man. I had a really good time. JV year was also tough because of my head coach, because he wanted us to play varsity.
Got it.
So we varsity plays, freshman plays first, then JV, then varsity.
Yeah.
So JV, we smacking dudes, and then varsity comes, and we used to sit at the end of the bench after our game. So we would win our game, sit at the end of the bench, and they be getting smacked. So
Okay.
he would come to the back of the bench and just curse us out. What the fuck? This is y'all fault because y'all don't want to come to varsity. So that was tough. But it was me and Bobby and all that. And Idiongo, rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. We came up with a crazy bond, man. That's when I first like got that experience. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. Because we traveled to I think we traveled to Florida. That's when I really got to play against different competition. I got to play against Shavlik Randolph. He went to Duke.
Yeah.
So that's when I had put up some numbers. I think I had 54 or something like that.
There you go. That's what I wanted to get to because I know
I had 54, but it wasn't something that I was trying to get.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had all them points, honestly, because you know me, I'm trying to win. I'm passing if I gotta pass.
Yeah.
So I ended up it was when I had like 40 plus that they was like, yo, Rick, the record is like 50 something. And I'm like, now I'm trying to get it. Like now it is what it is or whatever.
Yeah.
At that point is when I knew that this basketball shit is serious. It could like take me somewhere. Cause everything after that, like that was like the semifinals or something like that. But after that, people wanted to interview me. I was in papers.
Okay.
When I walked in the gym, it was like, yo, that's that kid. And I'm just like, I've always been that humble dude. So I've always been like they coming here to see me. Like I've always had that, like I've always been humble. So it's like, I still can't, like picture people wanting to have me sign stuff, see me and stuff like that. But that's when I really knew like, oh shit, like I'm nice. Like I'm all right, yo. So yeah. Once I had that little chip on my shoulder, then I was like, I really got to come at dudes. Because now dudes, after I put up them numbers against the dude that was going to Duke, everybody was trying to like come for my head now. Yeah, it wasn't just, oh, Ricky could score 10 points. Even though I didn't care, but it was like, Ricky, if I'm going to score 10, then I got to have 10 rebounds and 8 assists.
Got you. So
it was good, man. But I got to give a lot of credit to my head coach John Carey, because we had a crazy falling out over me playing the 4 and me thinking I was a guard, because I was one of the tall dudes. So he was like, I'm not a 4. I'm not playing the 4. Like that's when I got to varsity. I was like, I'm not playing the 4. Like I'm a guard. Like I'm on the wing. He was like, we got Marv, and we got Bobby. And then we got some other dudes, you got to play the 4 sometimes. And I'm like, nah, I'm not a 4, I'm a 3, I'm a 2. And he was like, dude, you a ball player. And ever since, that's like probably been the best advice anybody's ever given me. Because that let me know, like, hold on, if I'm just going to be a guard, that's going to limit my time on the court.
Yeah.
So if I could learn plays at the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I'm going to get more minutes.
Absolutely.
And that experience at All Hallows. And then when we linked up with Marv to this day, I could say he's the best point guard that I played with. As far as Marv didn't give you high numbers, but me and him had a connection that was second to none. Like seriously, like him, he got a high basketball IQ, man. So
yeah,
that was dope, man. I played with Marv in one of these little one of these rec tournaments and shit like that. He played, and that shit, it was still there. Like that chemistry was still there, man. So yeah, I could definitely say he was one of the best point guards I played with.
So going into your senior year, your junior year is when you went over to Florida and put up those numbers?
I think it was my sophomore year.
Okay, going into your junior.
Then going into my junior year,
you on vars now?
I'm on varsity. I think
that
shit was. It was pretty easy as far as there was no, when you come from JV to varsity, there's already dudes on the varsity team that have their spots.
Yeah.
And all that. But it was, the guys that were on JV, we just went up there and it was already there. Like we didn't have to fight for it.
Yeah.
Which also made it comfortable because it's like we got the green light too.
Okay.
You know, when you come from JV to varsity on some teams, it's like you got dudes in front of you, so your minutes is limited. Your shot
Yeah.
selection you gotta be careful with the shot selection. But Coach Carey and all them dudes, they were just like, yo, here, like they haven't won in a while, so it was like, here, like do what you got to do. So
How'd you
that was
guys do first year varsity?
first year. We didn't do bad. We didn't do as good as we did our senior year, but our first year, we made some noise. I can say that we made some noise. We played Rice. I think we beat Rice a couple times.
Okay.
I think once or twice. I know we beat Rice, so that was enough of a confidence booster right there, because them niggas had Shigari and this nigga 7 feet. They had Jay
Yeah.
Wingate, Kiki, Steve. It was just like that shit was on another level, and they played in the Chos, so it was always packed.
Yeah.
So I remember beating Rice at the Chos.
Okay.
So that was another confidence booster. Like, yo, we could really play with these dudes. So, and everybody used to make fun of us because we used to wear New Balance. Like, shit. That's it. Yo, we used to wear New Balance, like some ugly purple joints. It was crazy. And then I played baseball at Ohio's too.
Okay. Talk about that.
My senior year, I ended up playing baseball. You know, I'm Dominican, so that shit is just in us. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and during gym class, I could always throw hard.
Okay.
So our coach, our head basketball coach was the head baseball coach.
Got it.
So instead of me now playing gym, like regular playing ball in gym, this nigga used to have me pitching. Like, just throw the ball as hard as you can type of shit. And I'm just like, dude, I want to play. Like, let me play ball. He was like, nah, you're going to play baseball. I need you. I need a center fielder, and I need you to pitch. And it was just like, yeah, that shit was nuts, man. But it was dope, though, because I didn't know I could actually play it like a hard ball. Like,
Got you.
shit was scary, though. Like, these niggas is throwing 100.
Yeah.
But I like trying new things, so it opened my eyes to the whole baseball experience. But my
You,
senior year basketball, though, man, that was I think we were ranked 14 in the nation, something like that. I know we were ranked in the nation.
yeah.
So that was it, man. We was traveling, we was beating schools. I remember we went to the city championship at Fordham against Rice.
I was there.
Dude, man. At that point, I hadn't played in front of so many people before.
Okay.
So when I'm there, it's just like, oh shit, like I'm about to go ham. Like, this is what I needed. I'm about to do my numbers. Like, we about to win this shit. Because I felt good bringing like All Hallows from where it was at to, you know what I'm saying, to a known thing. I mean, all of us together felt good. So, but losing that shit was tough, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Losing that championship, that shit was a tough one, dude. Like, I still remember that shit, man.
Yeah.
That shit was tough.
Carol came
But
out trying to dunk it on Shigari.
yeah, that's because, yo, now I give a lot of props to Carol. He had it tough at school, dude.
Yeah.
Coach Carey used to curse at him. Used to
Yeah.
throw toilet paper at him. It was, that nigga had it. Like, he used to do micing drills during gym. Like, he couldn't play. Like, you know, at gym, you're like, yo, we gonna kill y'all, and used to play against your class.
Yeah.
Nah, Carol was doing micing drills, man. Just hook shots all day. And I used to feel bad for the dude. I'm like, damn, this nigga really can't shoot free throws. Like, he got to do micing drills all day.
That's crazy.
So, but when we used to have to practice for Rice, Carol used to have to play with the person guarding Carol used to have a broom. And Carol had to shoot over the broom and shit. That shit was tough, though, man. That shit was tough.
Were you still playing AAU in between the summers in high school?
Damn, my memory is horrible. I think I was, though. I'm pretty sure I was.
Between AAU and you, Bob, because I remember y'all was cooking, and y'all did what y'all needed to do at All Hallows. The recruiting process for you started when? Because you doing your thing in AAU and you're doing your thing in high school. So what's that like?
You know, when I was that whole recruiting process, that shit was it was stressful, and it was stressful. I ain't gonna lie, it was stressful because you got all these letters, and they didn't come to my house.
Okay. Yeah.
They came to the school.
Yeah.
Like if they would have came to my house,
Mm-hmm.
my school experience, I would have been free. I would have been like, I'd have been able to just play ball in school, do my homework, worry about like talk to my dudes at school. But it was like when these letters came in, my coaches were like, "Yo, come to the office." And I got all these letters, and I'm just like, I'm not reading all like I'm not reading all this shit. Like this is a bunch of boxes, a bunch of letters, and
Yeah.
some of the coaches don't even write the letters. It's just typed up, and
Yep. Yep.
so it was that whole experience. It was tough. I know I went to, and I kind of that's why when I talk to kids now, I always talk discipline
Yeah.
because I had went to Nike camp
Okay.
through Riverside.
Yeah.
I had went to Nike camp. I went to 5-star and all that, but Nike camp is when I don't know if Jay Wright was the coach at the time, but Jay Wright was recruiting me at Villanova.
Nova. Yeah.
So when I'm at Nike camp, I get like a personalized letter. Like they slide under my door. I don't know if they were supposed to, or I know they slid it under my door, and I'm at Nike camp like, oh shit, like Villanova
Yeah. Yeah.
or whatever. So at that point, I'm feeling good about myself. I know I'm one of the like top players in the city or whatever like that. But I remember, so they're like, I know they watching me. I know they talking to the coaches. The coaches are telling me, yo, they want you, blah blah. They thinking about you and Quincy Doobie. So they was like, they want you and everything. There was other top schools I can't remember, but
Yeah.
I remember this game in Fordham because I was a little hot-headed kid when I was, what I'm saying, when I was younger. Like I was hot-headed in the sense of basketball, like
Okay.
not as far as streets. I wasn't fighting in the streets, anything like that. But when it came to basketball,
Yeah.
I'll take I'll take your head off to
Yeah.
win. Like I was passionate about it. So I remember this game in Fordham, and I'm playing with All Hallows, and I lose it. I don't know what happened, but I lose it, dude. I remember like slamming the ball, getting attacked.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And then my coaches like had to tell me like, yo, people are watching you.
Yeah.
That's when, and that it didn't hit me like, yo, people are really like, people
At
are
all.
really, people
Yeah.
are really watching me all the time. Like they at the games.
Yep.
It might not be the head coach, but there's a lot of white dudes with collar shirts
Yep.
at these games, and I never noticed it. Like I was always in the moment.
Yeah. 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 That's what they there for.
Yeah, so that right there hurt me. As
Gotcha.
far as the schools or whatever. So my recruiting process for high school, like I said, all I had was my coaches, my
Gotcha.
moms, my sisters. They don't know nothing about recruiting.
That's
My
the best.
cousins don't know nothing. Like it was just I was going by my head coaches.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
when Iona, the one of the assistant coaches at Iona, Tony Childs, he used to go to All Hallows.
Okay.
So I remember they came to the school. They always used to come to games because it was Iona Gales and All Hallows Gales was like the brother sister school, whatever like that, a
Okay.
brother school. So they always used to come to games. And one time they came to the school, and I'm in the office, and they telling me that they're gonna give me a 4-year, they're gonna give me a scholarship for 4 years. So
Okay.
I'm still like I don't have to pay for nothing. Like it was like, nah, everything is free.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that shit is, I'm with it. Like at that point, I was like, all right, let's do it. So I had only went on 2 visits. I went to Fairfield, and
Okay.
then I went to Iona. Iona is when they like red carpet. Like it was, they took
Yeah.
me to the Yankee game against the Oakland A's during the playoffs.
Okay.
In the skybox. It was like that shit was the president was there. It was like that shit was insane. So and then me, Marv and Kira went on a recruitment to
To get.
Iona. Like when we spent the night and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that was dope. They took us out to eat. They took us out for some drinks or whatever like that. We spent the night, went to a party. Like
Yeah.
the players took us out.
Okay.
Like it was rules hit them with the here's a couple dollars, and it was just like make sure they come here.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I remember talking to Kiro, and Kiro was like, "Yo, what you gonna do?" And I was like, "Nigga, I'm gonna come." Like, like it's 4 years. It's just down the block from home. Like, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So I thought we was all gonna sign at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at the newspaper one day during lunch, and I see that Kiro and Marv signed.
Okay.
But these niggas are sitting right next to me during like I was just like, dude. I had the newspaper like, yo, y'all wasn't gonna tell me I signed. So then we had a little falling out. It was funny though, but we had a little falling out or whatever. But I ended up going to Iona, man.
So going into Iona, you knew ahead of time Steve Burt was gonna be there?
Say that again.
Going before you got to Iona, you knew Steve Burt was going to Iona as well?
Nah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And I remember like it was yesterday. I'm in my house. I'm in the living room. And my homegirl hits me, who knows both of us.
Yeah.
And she goes, yo, you heard that Steve just signed to Iona. Now, I never met Steve before.
Got you.
I never met him. I barely even knew what he looked like. I just knew, like, always looking at the newspaper, this nigga scored 100. Like, he was just a scorer.
Yeah.
So I never knew him. I never met him before. And I was like, all I heard was Steve signed to Iona. Because in my head, I had Iona planned out, like how my freshman year was gonna go, all that. I was like, I'm about to be a star and all this shit.
Yeah.
When I heard Steve was going, nigga, I picked up the phone and I called the assistant coach. Yo, I fucking ain't tell me Steve was going. I'm not going. Then I was like, dude, I'm not going. This nigga shoots. He don't pass the ball. Like, it was just, I went nuts.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, don't worry. It's going to work. Blah, blah. It's going to work. Don't worry. We're going to make it work between y'all. Da, 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 da. And in my head, I'm just flipping out. But in my head, I'm like, nigga, if I don't go here, fuck am I going to go? Like, I'm signed already. Like, I ain't got no choice. But yeah, so it was like, it was cool. It ended up being a good experience for Steve, though.
You had Rulin, right?
I had Jeff Rulin.
Yeah.
That nigga was tough, dude.
How was that freshman year like? Now you in college, so that got to be a totally different experience in itself.
What's crazy with the Steve thing, I didn't want to be on a team with Steve.
Got you.
Steve ends up calling me a couple days before we got to move in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hello. He's like, yo, it's Steve. And I'm like, who? He's like, yo, Steve Burt. I'm like, yo, what's good? And he was like, yo, you want to be roommates?
I heard y'all was roommates.
So I was like, all right. Like, he was like, yo, I don't really get along. I don't really know Marv. I know I'm not really going to get along with him. And I really know Kirill. We all ended up being in the same room. They just split it in half. So me and Steve ended up being roommates. And that shit was, like, it was crazy about, like, college is like, you on your own in college.
Absolutely.
Like, there's nobody telling you what to. It's like when you first go overseas. It's like, dude, practice is at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Like, you got class or whatever you got to do. Practice is at 10. After that, you could do whatever you want.
Gotcha.
Me and Steve from New York, we living in the city. Now we in a dorm room. We can do whatever we want. We used to go out. We used to go out every day, dude. And practice is at 7 a.m. Dude, me and Steve used to go out till 5.
Oh yeah.
We used to go out till 5, go to sleep till 6:30. But we was young dudes, so we was on it. Like,
Yeah.
we was running. We was running. That shit was love, man. But when we didn't wake up one time,
Yeah.
that's when you really knew what them college punishments was like, dude.
Yeah.
Man, they used to have us throwing up, like niggas used to have us running like 60 suicides.
Got it.
Yo, it was nuts, but it was my freshman year was dope. My freshman year was dope. We went to North Carolina. We played North Carolina. So, but that whole experience was cool for me because I'm the type of player that I could adjust to whatever.
Okay.
Like, whatever my role is gonna be,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the MVP. That's how my career has always been. Whatever role you give me, I'm gonna be the MVP of that role. Like, nobody's gonna beat me out in that role.
Got you.
So when I went in there, they already had their players. Like, whatever I thought I had in my mind of how my freshman year, it didn't go that way because they already had juniors and seniors there that were good.
All right.
So I had to kind of find my way of how I was gonna do my thing.
Got
Steve had it tougher because he's a scorer.
Yeah.
So when you got older dudes and you got the head coach is like, yo, chill. Like, so his time was limited his freshman year. Marv was cool. Marv ended up starting, I think, freshman year.
Okay.
But my experience, I had a good time, man. I ain't even gonna lie, I had a good time. We went to the Garden and we beat North Carolina. That shit was the craziest. Just playing in the Garden was being on the court was big in itself. So playing against North Carolina was different. And playing against those dudes, because when I had went to Nike camp, Rashawn McCants was like, he was Vince Carter. Like, he was really like that. Like, this nigga was really doing all these moves and just taking off on dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Sean May, who was like one of the best centers in the country.
Yep.
He had broke his foot during the game, I think.
Okay.
But, nigga, I don't give a fuck if he played or didn't play. Nigga, we beat North Carolina like that.
He played well.
Yeah, I played well, man. I played well. So, man, that was tough. Having my family there, that shit was A1. That shit was A1. Huh?
That was your freshman year.
That was my freshman year. My
tournament in your MAC tournament.
MAC tournament freshman year, we always lost to like the same school. We always lost to Niagara.
Okay.
So that my freshman year, I always like promised myself I was gonna win one.
Yeah.
But my freshman year, it was like, you know, we freshmen, so we don't really get a say so on how we really want to be able to play. Mm-hmm. It's just we just helping out.
Yep.
We just trying to help juniors and seniors. Whatever y'all need from us is what we gonna give y'all, because we trying to help y'all win. But we didn't really get to do our thing our freshman year.
Okay.
So after my freshman year, that summer, I'm playing in Dykeman.
Yeah.
This was probably this is why my sophomore year was probably the year I regret the most.
Okay.
I'm playing in Dykeman, and like that week before, like I'm still playing in tournaments and shit like that.
Hmm?
So I remember like my foot is bothering me.
Yeah.
And I'm playing in Tri-State. I'm playing in all these tournaments, and my foot is bothering. I remember the last tournament I played in before that Dykeman game was Tri-State, and my foot was killing me. You know, you go home, you put the Bengay.
Yeah.
Your mother does all this stuff with all this remedies and shit. So I remember I go to this Dykeman game, I think like 2 or 3 days later.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I remember the Jordans I played in. I played in the gray 9s, and I'm playing with 84th Street. And the whole game, I don't feel any pain. Like, and what's crazy, throughout the whole game, I'm like, yo, I'm good. Like, I don't feel no pain. I'm gonna make it through the game. 3 seconds left in the game, dude. I'm dribbling the ball out. I'm just walking with the ball, dribbling it out.
Yeah.
3, 2. When that clock said 1, I just felt my bone break.
Yeah. And
they took me to, you know, these niggas 84 took me to the hospital or whatever. They told me I had a fracture on the side of my foot.
Mm-hmm.
So the toughest phone call I probably ever had to make was to my coach.
Rolling.
At night, like, man, that nigga almost chewed me up to the phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then, like, in college is like the league. Like, you get surgery like the next day. Like, there's no, you gotta wait. Like, nigga, they put a cast on me that night. Mm-hmm. The next day, an assistant coach came to pick me up. They took me to the hospital. Like, it was like, that shit was 1, 2, 3.
You're an investment.
That shit was one, and I was shocked. Like, wait, I'm getting surgery tomorrow? I didn't even tell my mother. Like, I didn't even, it was just like, niggas picking me up, and my mother didn't even know I had surgery.
Yeah.
It was just like, ¿qué te pasó? Like, oh, I had surgery. They took me to the hospital. Oh, está bien. Like, but I regret the year because I then had to go through rehab. Rehab was tough. That was the first time I ever got hurt.
Okay.
So rehab was hard. Like, and I had to do the rehab with my assistant coach because he had surgery on his foot as well. So he used to pick me up every day, and we used to drive to New Rochelle, do the and do the rehab or whatever. But that's when we had signed Deshaun Williams from Syracuse.
All right.
So he ended up going to Iona, but I'm still rehabbing. So while he's there, that nigga was crazy though. I ain't even gonna lie. He was bugged out. Like he was on a like I never met a player like that. The nigga was nice though. I'm talking about he was elite. Like he was like that was my first time seeing a pro. Like
Got you.
like he's a pro. Like this nigga he made it. He made every shot. Like this nigga did it. If he was open, he made it. Like he used to post you up. He used to dunk on you. He used to go like he was a pro. But he was just bugged out. Like he was just crazy. But that I regret that year because I should have redshirted.
Got it.
Because I didn't start the year.
Yeah.
I didn't start the year. I seen how things were going.
Okay.
So I should have been like, nah, I'm not playing this year. But I'm just such a fucking baller. I just want to play.
You just want to get out there, yeah.
I just want to get out there. But I honestly wish one of my head coaches would have been like, yo, don't, like, nah, redshirt.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything to me. And, you know, if you're a young kid and if they let you go, you're going to go.
Yep, absolutely.
So I ended up playing, and it was just a bad year, dude. It was just, like, the coaches allowed a lot of stuff that normally people wouldn't get away with. So that's when I really got an understanding of the double standard.
Got it.
With certain players. Because my freshman year, everybody got flipped on. Everybody got in trouble. Everybody ran suicides. Everybody did this. My sophomore year, it was a lot of shit going on that I was like, wait, what? Y'all allow this? Like, y'all didn't let me get away with it. So it was just a lot of stuff going on, man. So I wish I would have redshirted that year, honestly.
Your sophomore year.
My sophomore year, I till this day I regret playing that year.
Got you. So you're going into your junior year. What are your expectations for yourself and for your team?
My junior year, me and Steve, and we talked about it. We was gonna go crazy.
Okay.
We was gonna go crazy. Like there was nothing stopping us right now.
Yeah.
There was nothing stopping us. They gave us the ball. We was playing 35 minutes. Like when we was able to do whatever we wanted.
All right.
But we had that, like, but it wasn't like we were just going out there running crazy. We had that discipline because Jeff Rulin was tough, dude. He was like, he was tough, man. That nigga he wasn't like he wasn't a coach on X's and O's.
Yeah.
He was one of those get it done. I don't give it like assistant coaches be showing us film and they'd be like, yo, we should go over the screen. And the other guys like, nah, we're going to go under. And that nigga would crumble up the paper and be like, yo, I don't give a fuck how you do it. Just get it done. and dude, and he gave us the ball. Marv at the point, me and Steve on the wings. Carroll didn't want to Carroll and Marv didn't shoot. So it was like, nigga, that's the best dude you could play with.
That's it, exactly.
They shoot if, like, you know, Marv used to shoot once in a while, but like Marv wants to pass.
Yeah, he's creating. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that shit was, you know, me and Steve had to falling out in the beginning. In school, Steve is my best friend. But me and Steve fought more than anybody.
Got you.
me and Steve used to throw the hands like every day. Every day. And after the fight, it was like, yo, dude, you was really about to hit me? Like, I was like, yeah. So we was always cool, but we were so competitive.
Yep.
That when it came to games, junior year, we was destroying dudes, man. We was really destroying dudes. We lost in the MAC tournament to Niagara again. We lost to Niagara again. But it wasn't like before where we was getting smacked. It was like the game was right there.
Yeah.
And the players they had, they was just like, I think they had some dude named Juan Mendez.
All right.
This nigga was elite. This nigga was like a 2020 type of player. He was like a Tim Duncan. I used to see him like Tim. He was like a Tim Duncan.
Got you.
So, you know, junior year was what it was. But I knew senior year, we was ranked number one.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also pressure. I knew we was ranked number one, but I knew everybody was coming for us.
All right, that's a fact.
Everybody was coming for us. But it was dope because I saw the schedule and I knew what games we had coming up.
Okay.
So I knew we was gonna play Kentucky.
Yeah.
I knew we was gonna play Fresno State. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that the season, one of the first couple games was gonna be against Kirk Stinson and Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
So going into that summer,
Yeah.
it was all about what was gonna happen senior year.
Got you.
So we spent more time at Iona that summer, just
Okay.
playing all of it. Like we used to have to take summer classes all the time, but that
Yeah.
summer we actually stayed there. Like we actually stayed on campus. After we took
Okay.
our classes, we was all playing to the point where I remember Steve fought my man Justin because Justin decided he didn't want to play after classes. Like, and it was like that we only had 10. So if one dude don't want to play, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
But they threw the hands. What you mean you're not playing? We used to, coach, niggas say he don't want to play, and niggas fought a couple times. Like, so that's how I knew it was gonna be a good year because we knew when I seen Steve go that hard, I knew he was gonna go hard for the season because it was all on us.
Yep.
And we needed those other guys to complement us. So the training was crazy. We was pushing vans and shit. Like this shit was that shit was nuts, dude. But it was dope though. It was dope.
How did the senior year turn out for y'all?
Senior year was the best, man. It was the best. But going into that year, we had this. I remember this recruit because he was like, I don't know, he was like our sixth man.
Okay.
But the way we got him was like, remember how when I was a freshman, Rules used to give money to the other dudes to get us to go to the school.
Gotcha.
So now he hit me and Steve up like, yo, there's these two recruits. We need one of them.
Okay.
And he gave us a couple $. Boom. We need him here. I called my uncle who used to work at the club, Ray. Yo, Ray, I'm bringing these recruits, blah, blah, blah. Boom. Used to hit up one of the girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yo, when we come back from the club, I need you to set them right. Like, yeah, that shit was crazy, man. But yo, senior year, my first game, my senior year was against Howard.
Okay.
I bummed it. Like I bummed it. Like it was like we won by a lot.
Yeah.
But after you winning by a lot and you're not hitting shots, you just like, fuck it. That was always my mind. I don't really care as long as I'm passing, we winning. Yeah. My assistant coach was like, yo, this is how you want to start your year? Like he was in my head. Like, this is how you want to start your senior year? You fucking bumming it against Howard? Da-da-da. So now I'm like, oh shit. Like he's for real. Like he was like, nigga, you got 29 games left or some shit like that. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this nigga really got a countdown. Like shit is official now. So now my next game is against Portland State.
Okay.
And I had 30. As a matter of fact, I had a quadruple double. Because I had 10 turnovers too. But I had 10 assists and I had 10 steals.
Okay. So
that's when I was all right, I gotta really take this shit serious. Like I gotta go hard every game. The championship game was against Kirk Stinson, Iowa State. I went ham, dude. I went ham. Like I wish I had the game, but I went stupid. Yeah. And I had the mohawk, and it was I went ham, dude. Me and Steve went ham. So once we won that championship against Iowa State, they was like a ranked team.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, ain't nobody in the MAC gonna beat us. Like, can't nobody. If we just beat these dudes in the MAC, can't nobody beat us.
Got you.
And we was running through teams. I think my senior year, our record was 20 something, and I think it was like 20 something and 5 or something like that.
Got
like
it.
we was running through. We beat Fresno State.
Okay.
And then we almost beat Kentucky. We ended up playing in Louisville. And we almost, that's when they had Rondo. My sister till this day cannot stand Rondo. She can't stand the nigga, dude. But yeah, we almost beat Kentucky. So that was dope. Like my senior year that shit was lit. Manhattan, we lost to Manhattan. That was always a big rivalry against Jay Wingate and Turo. That was always tough.
Yeah, took the
But yeah,
MAC year.
we took the MAC that year.
Okay.
We took the MAC. I won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
I wanted that one because I knew I was always a defensive player. That's always just been in me from being in New York and playing in the park. As far as like, nigga, you're not gonna come at me like you're not gonna give me buckets. So I took that with me to Iona. So they was talking about Kiki being Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm like they was like, yo, Kiki got like 70 something steals. I was like, okay, cool. How many steals I got? And they was like, so then they ended up looking and it was like, oh shit, you got the same amount of steals as Kiki. Okay. I was like, well, nigga, put me in the list. Like, nigga, put me in the list. So once I knew that, I was like, nigga, I'm taking this shit. Like, hey, defensive player is mine. Like, I'm going for everything. Fuck defense. Like, I'm going for steals.
Yeah.
So we ended up, we get to the MAC tournament. And I think the best thing that happened to us in the MAC tournament, like, we played, our first game was against Niagara, team we always lost to.
Okay.
So even though they ranked, they not ranked high.
Yeah.
We knew we could beat them, but it was just like against them, we always lost 3 straight years. So it was like, you know, we gotta get past them. I didn't play good at all either. I had like 4 points. But we smacked them. I know I had a couple dimes, but we ended up smacking them. Okay. Second game was against Marist. I think I had 30. Yeah, I know I had above 25.
Okay.
But the semifinals, Kiki beat Manhattan. St. Peter's beat Manhattan.
Yeah.
So they ended up playing before us. So while we in the tunnel and they like surprised them and beat them, in our heads, we like, oh shit, all we gotta do is beat Marist. Because St. Peter's cannot beat us.
Okay.
We knew that. We knew Kiki was gonna have 50.
Yeah.
We knew that was gonna happen. But we knew they was gonna beat us. So when we beat Marist, nigga, it was over. We ran through St. Peter's.
Okay.
We ran through St. Peter's and then we ended up getting a bid to go to the thing.
What was that like?
When we beat St. Peter's, it was dope because it was Steve's birthday.
Okay.
Boom. And it'll be Steve's birthday. So the whole selection Sunday, you know, I've always been like a showman, like we either playing, passing, all that stylish shit. So I'm like, man, how am I gonna have motherfuckers remember me at this selection Sunday? Like, nigga, and I'm in my house like, yo, what am I gonna wear?
Yeah.
Because you know, Steve had the chains and the jewelry and all that. I was like, I'm broke. I ain't got that. The niggas, how they gonna remember me? And I seen a New Year's hat.
Okay.
Put the New Year's hat on. Put the net around it. And that shit, my sister came, everybody came. That shit was, they put the, even though now it's nothing crazy, but they like put the TVs on the backboards.
Okay.
They had the big projector. That shit was dope. And when they put LSU, I didn't even know who was on LSU, honestly.
Got you.
I just seen that we was number 13. So just by us being 13, I was like, oh, hell yeah, we 13. Because usually MAC teams, you got to play the number 1 seed or you got to do a play-in game or some crazy shit like that. But when they had us 13, I'm like, oh, yes. Who we going to play?
Yeah.
Put LSU. I'm like, nigga, I was just happy that we was going to Florida.
Yeah, absolutely.
The game was just like, nigga, the game is, we going to Florida. Like, that's where I was hype about. And then I found out who Big Baby was and who the dude Thomas that went to Chicago was.
Yeah.
But during that time, I didn't know who was who.
How was that experience at the tournament?
Before we get to the tournament, that's when I had met. Like, that whole experience of the tournament was crazy because now, when we had our last practice before we get on the bus to take the flight, and we got like 1,000 cameras there. Shit was insane. And I'm like, this shit has never happened before. Yeah. It was just cameras everywhere. So, you know, I had to put the hat on. That's when I'm in like newspapers and shit like that. So I'm like, this shit is crazy. Rules had me go to his office with Steve Burke.
Okay.
A lot of motherfuckers don't know this. They had me go in the office with Steve, and there's this white dude there. And he's like, yo, guys, I want to introduce you to my agent. And again, I grew up on 107th in Amsterdam. Like, I don't know. I don't got no connections. I don't know shit. So he's like, yo, this is my agent. He want to sign y'all.
Okay.
In my head, I'm like, nigga, where I sign? Like I don't have no nowadays. Kids that are in high school and all that, their parents are already doing the diligencias. They already know the colleges, the
Yeah, yeah.
coaches, the money on the side. Me, I was just like, you gonna sign me? So he pitched like this. He had this pitch for me and Steve to go play in France on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, we was gonna get like 75 each.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, nigga, let's do this shit. I'm like, nigga, let's do it right now. Where's the paper? And his dad was there. His dad was like, nah, we got to think about it. And in my head, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, nigga, think about what? Like 75 G's, nigga. Like, I ain't even got $2 on me right now. So I ended up, so that was the connection with the agent. I ended up signing with him later on.
Okay.
So boom, we go to the tournament. And like I said, just being in Florida was just like all the teams stay in the same hotel.
Got it.
All the teams, all of the cheerleaders, all of the dancers. Like I'm talking about everything. The band, everybody stays in this big ass fucking hotel, yo. So that shit was insane. Our practices, there's like 10,000 people at the practices because there's a bunch of teams that come in. So niggas, the Duke, let's say Duke fans are there. They practiced before us. They were just there, just mad people just watching us. Nigga, we didn't know how to act. Like we was like, we doing dumb shit. We doing stupid dunks. Like niggas is.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But the fact that that's when it was like, yo, this is serious. Like people have really. If there's 10,000 people at practice,
it's a big
deal.
deal.
We was playing in one of those big ass domes. It was like so it's gonna be like 50 in here.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, so but we had a boost of confidence the day before because their coach is talking about us and like, yo, we got them New York guards, they got handle, they got this and that. So we gotta keep them out the paint. So in our heads, we're like, oh, this nigga's scared of us. Like, so we had a little chip, like, oh, he's scared of us. So start the game. Oh, before that, I'm stretching. Boom. You know, I got the mohawk. My shit grew in. My shit is stylish now. I'm stretching, and I see this big ass shadow behind me. So I turn around, look up, and it's Big Baby. So I stand up. You know, I stick the chest out. This nigga is mad big, though. So I stick the chest out, and I'm, you know, show him that, nigga, I'm here. What's up? So I hit him with the what's up. And I'm thinking I'm thinking he got a deep voice. He gonna say something, yo, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I like your mohawk, man. Like in a soft voice, dude. And I just looked at him and I was like, this nigga's soft, yo. He's soft. In my head, I was like, oh, he's soft. We about to go at him. First half, me and Steve, when they went man to man, it was over.
Yeah.
It was over. We knew they couldn't guard us.
Okay.
We knew they couldn't guard us. So we up 5 at half.
All right.
So we just, nigga, we got jitters. We just like, coach is talking at halftime, and I just can't wait to get back out there.
Gotcha.
Nigga, we up 5 at halftime. Like, nigga, 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
But then we walking out of the tunnel, and because me and Steve played the majority of the half, nigga Steve was like, yo, I'm tired, yo. How you feel? Nigga, I was like, I'm tired. The niggas went zone. Over. That's when I really knew who Big Baby was. Cause this nigga, he was one of those players that he would get he wasn't really dunking on niggas. Yeah. But he would get a regular rebound and score and one. And he used to scream, woo, woo. And I'm like, oh, this nigga's really it. Like he's really that dude now. Like I'm really seeing it now. When you up 5, I don't really care what you did. Like I don't even notice it because we winning. And now the other dude, the Thomas nigga, he's putting shit on the boards. Like it was bad. So we ended up getting smacked second half, dude. That shit was bad.
And you coming back home, you thinking about pro. What you thinking about? School, finishing school, you're overseas, what you thinking about?
Honestly, after that shit was over, I didn't even get a chance to think about all that shit because my sister ended up going out there,
Okay.
which was dope. She drove out there. Till this day, I love my sister. I
Yeah.
should have let her drive back.
Got you.
She came out there with my girl at the time and my
Mm-hmm.
brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Nigga, I ended up driving back with them. That was probably the worst thing ever.
Mm.
I didn't know how long it took to drive to Florida, dude. Should take a whole day.
Yo, Rick, hold up. It's 3 minutes left. I still got to get to your pro shit. You want to finish it now or tomorrow?
No, we can do it now. Get this
Okay.
shit out the way.
Go ahead. You driving back down.
We're driving back, but I didn't until that. I still didn't even think pros or anything like that. I'm just, I don't know anything until the agent hit me up and was like, "Yo, we got this." Like, I wish I would have knew half of what I know now as far as training,
Okay.
this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But we gonna get into the pros when you hit me back because that shit was.
Yeah, bet. So I'm going to log out when we get back in.
Yeah.
All right.